Welcome everyone. This is day number 2 of the poem reading by Aliester Crowley. This poem is entitled The Wizard Way, and I'm going to read this 90 days straight, and I'm going to upload it on YouTube, going live every day. So if you want to comment and say, hey, what's up Jori Richard, I'll also give you a shout out during the video. Alright, The Wizard Way by Aliester Crowley. Velvet soft the night star glowed over the untrodden road, through the giant glades of yew, where its ray fell light as dew, lighting up the shimmering vale, maiden pure and airy frail, that the spiders wove the hide, blushes of the Sylvan bride, earth that trembled with delight at the male caress of night. Velvet soft the wizard trod to the Sabbath of his God. With his naked feet he made starry blossoms in the glade. Softly, softly as he went to the somber sacrament, stealthily stepping to the tryst in his gown of amethyst. Earlier yet his soul had come to the hill of martyrdom, where the charred and crooked stake, like a black envenomed snake, by the hangman's hands is thrust through the wet and writhing dust, never black and never dried, heart's blood of a suicide. He had plucked the hazel rod from the rude and goatish god, even as the curved moon's waning ray, stolen from the king of day. He had learnt the elvish sign, given the token of the nine, once to rave, and once to revel, once to bow before the devil, once to swing the thurible, once to kiss the goat of hell, once to dance the aspen spring, once to croak, and once to sing, once to oil the savory thighs of the witch with sea-green eyes, with the unguents magical, oh the honey and the gall of that black enchanter's lips, as he croons to the eclipse, mingling that most puissant smell of the giant gods of hell, with the four ingredients of the evil elements, aspergus from golden spar, musk of ox from Mongol jar, civet from a box of glade, mixed with fat of many a maid, slain by the enchantments cold of the witches wild and old. He had crucified a toad in the bullisk abode, muttering the runes of verse, mad with many a mocking curse. He had traced the serpent's sigil in his ghastly virgin vigil. Sursum Cor, the elfin hill, where the wind blows deadly chill from the world that wails beneath death's black throat and lipless teeth. There he had stood, his bosom bare, tracing life upon the air. With the crook and with the flail, lashing forward on the gale, till its blade that wavereth, like the flickering of death, sank before his subtle fence, to the starless sea of sense. Now at last the man is come, haply to his haledom. Surely as he waves his rod in a circle on the sod, springs the emerald chaste and clean from the duller, paler green. Surely in the circle millions of immaculate pavilions flash upon the trembling turf, like the sea stars in the surf, millions of bejeweled tents for the warrior sacraments. Vaster, 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 vaster grows the stature of the master. All the rigid encampment vials, with the infinite galaxies, in the midst a cubic stone, with the devil set thereon, hath a lamb virginal throat, hath the body of a stoat, hath the buttocks of a goat, hath the sanguine face and rod of a goddess and a god. Spell by spell, and pace by pace, mystic flashes swing and trace, velvet soft the sigil stepped, by the silver-starred adept. Back and front, and to and fro, soul and body sway and flow, in vertiginous caresses, to imponderable recesses, till at last the spell is woven, and the fairy veil is cloven, that was sequence, space and stress, of the soul-sick consciousness. Give thy body to the beast, give thy spirit to the priest, break in twain the hazel rod, on the virgin lips of God, tear the rosy cross asunder, shatter the black bolt of thunder, such the swart and sanguine kiss of the resolute abyss. Wonder weft the wizard heard this intolerable word. Smote the blasting hazel rod on the scarlet lips of God, trampled cross and rosy core, break the thunder tool of Thor, meek and holy acolyte of the priestly hells of spite, sleek and shameless catamite of the beasts that prowl by night, like a star that streams from heaven, through the virgin air's light riven, from the lift there shot and fell, an admirable miracle, carved minute and clean, a key of purest lapis lazuli, more blue than the blind sky that aches. Wreathed with stars, her torturing snakes. For the dead God's kiss that never wakes, shot with golden specks of fire, like a virgin with desire. Look, the levers, fern-frail fawns of fantastic diamonds, glimmering with ethereal azure, in each exquisite embrasure. On the shaft the letters laced, as if dryads lunar chaste, with the satyrs were embraced, spelled the secret of the key, sick Pervinius, and he went his wizard way, and weaving dreams of things beyond believing. When he will, the weary world of the senses closely curled, like a serpent round his heart, shakes herself and stands apart. So the heart's blood flames, expanding, strenuous, urgent, and commanding, and the key unlocks the door, where his love lives evermore. She is of the fairy blood, all smartingly flows its flood, glowing in the amber sky, to ensourced porphyry. She hath eyes of glittering flake, like a cold gray winter snake. She hath naked breast of amber, jetting wine in her bedchamber, whereof whoso stoops and drinks, reads the riddle of the Sphinx. She hath naked limbs of amber, whereupon her children clamor. She hath 5 navels rosy red, from the 5 wounds of God that bled, each wound that mothered her still bleeding, and on that blood her babes are feeding. Oh, like a rose-winged pelican, she hath bred blessed babes to Pan. Oh, like a lion-hued nightingale, she hath torn her breast on the thorns to avail, the barren rose-tree to renew, her life with that disastrous dew, building the rose o' the world a light. Building the rose o' the world a light, with the music out of the pale moonlight. Oh, she is like the river of blood that broke from the lips of the bastard god, when he saw the sacred mother smile on the abyss that flew up foam of Nile, bearing the limbs unblessed, unborn, that lurking beast of the Nile had torn. So, for the world is weary, I these dreadful souls of sense lay by. I sacrifice these impure shoon to the cold ray of the waning moon. I take the forked hazel staff, and the rose of no tenon graff, and the lamp of no olive oil, with heart's blood that alone may boil. With naked breast and feet unshod, I follow the wizard way to God. Wherever he leads, my foot shall follow, over the height into the hollow, up to the caves of pure cold breath, down to the depths of foul hot death. Across the seas, through the fires, past the palace of desires, where he will, whether he will or no. If I go, I care not whither I go, for in me is the taint of fairy blood. Fast, fast its emerald flood leaps within me, violent rude, like a bestal's fawn's beatitude. In me the fairy blood runs hard. My sires were a druid, a devil, a bard, a beast, a wizard, a snake, and a satyr. For, as my mother said, what does it matter? She was a fay, pure of the fairy, Queen Morgan's daughter by an airy demon that came to Orkney once, to pay the beetle his orisons. So it is that I wreath with the twitch of the fairy blood, and the wizard itch to attain a matter one may not utter, rather than sink in the greasy splutter of Britons munching their bread and butter, ailing boys and coarse-grained girls, grown to sloppy women and brutal churls. So I am off with staff in hand to the endless light of the nameless land. Darkness spreads its somber streams, blotting out the elfin dreams. I might haply be afraid, were it not for the feather maid, leads me softly by the hand, whispers me to understand. Now, when through the world of weeping, light as last starly creeping, steals upon my babe new sight, light, O light that is not light, on my mouth the lips of her, like a stone on my sepulchre, seal my speech with ecstasy, till a babe is born of me. That is silent more than I, for it's an arculetic cry, hushes as its mouth is pressed to the peril, her honey breast, while its breath divinely ripples the rose petal of her nibbles, and the jetted milky laps from the soft delicious paps, sweeter than the bees' sweet showers in the chalice of the flowers, more intoxicating than all the purple grapes of Pan. Ah, my proper lips are stilled, only all the world is filled with the echo that drips over, like the honey from the clover. Passion, pestilence, and pain seek their mother's womb again, and are born the triple treasure, peace and purity and pleasure. Hush, my child, and come aloft, where the stars are velvet soft. That was The Wizard Way by Aliester Crowley. And I'm Jori Richard. Thank you for watching.